face. Bring me home, out alone, to show me the way. You wanna be a part of Sunset Boulevard.
So I think it's really funny how things go sometimes. My first guest, first off, I invited him on at 9 o'clock this morning so we could we could record this show. Things happen. We couldn't do it. So I went to my next interview, or my next meeting, which ran over about an hour, which led into the next meeting, which went over about another hour, which went to the next meeting, which I had to cut really short because now we're here live instead of being recorded. So, it's really funny how this works. This is supposed to be a recorded show, but instead we're live. So usually it's the opposite. We're supposed to go live, but it's a recorded show. Today, just the opposite. I unfortunately have to start this show again on a very sad, just terrible personal note. Late last month, and due to my inability to look at Facebook, I did not know this until Wednesday night. I lost a very, very dear friend who had recently moved to Florida to cancer. I have been running in the same circles as Cheryl for quite a while, and we became very close. Her husband and I are really, really good friends, and it's a terrible, terrible loss. Not only to the northern Colorado area, but to the biker community, because they have done so much. The Rose Run was created by these two because her mother lost her life to cancer. And they were raising money to try to battle cancer. And then unfortunately, Ducky, the nickname I gave her, I was the only one who could call her Ducky. Came from one time we were at an event, wonderful event in a mountain town here in Colorado, and we went to a restaurant, and she ordered a duck burger. The hell a duck burger is, I don't know. I didn't know that you could have a duck burger with, I'm not kidding you here, duck butter and a duck sauce. I don't know what the hell was up with this duck, but boy, they were able to make a lot of stuff out of it. Okay. I mean, I know that we make a lot of stuff out of the cow, but it sounds to me, I was kind of expecting her to walk out of there with like duck boots or something. Well, really great in water, I guess. I mean, water's going to beat up, right? From that day on, I called her Ducky. It made a lot of sense. She did quack a little bit for me, and yeah, I got my little ducks all over the room because Ducky would give them to me. Ducky, I love you. I'm gonna miss you terribly, 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 terribly. I'm gonna miss talking to you. Uh, I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss making fun of Mike with you, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to miss us making fun of him. Animal, brother, I'm here. If you need me, I'm a phone call away. We are going to get to work on something for Animal, um, for the family. But I really want to bring this out that Ducky. First off, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my negligence led me to not know that you were gone. But I'm sorry that we were unable to do anything to help you before we lost you. But Ducky, I love you. I'm going to miss you. Rest in peace, my dear friend, and give heaven hell, okay? Because we know you're going to. And again, Mike, we'll get to working as soon as we can. We're going to help out you and the kids and the families. So, but thank everyone for bearing with me. Hey, we are less than 2 weeks away from Community Mission to Rescue 22. What's this about? Veteran suicide. We're losing too many, 44 a day. There are 44 lives being taken every day, and that's just in the veteran world. That's 1% of America that takes and they raise their right hand and they give they give up their freedoms, they give up their lives to serve our country. It's time that we stand up and serve them. We are looking for people to, one, speak, and two, help sponsor, like all these other wonderful companies up here who have helped us put this program on. The more sponsors we have, the wider our grasp will be, and we can really take and we can try to make a difference. Can we save 44 veterans a day? Not if we don't try. We've got to get together and try. We've got to do something about this, okay? You guys remember, and we're still using the number 22 because there were millions of dollars spent on Save 22. All this. There's not a 44th day in the month. Thank God. There's not a, well, for me to do a 44-hour podcast, 22 is enough. 22. Look, I wouldn't torture you guys for 44 hours. I couldn't imagine doubling this thing up. I already am insane at the end of the 22. This is our second year doing it. I do ask one thing. Please dedicate 22 minutes, whether it's 22 minutes one time or 22 minutes at small intervals. I know that I'm easily digested that way in small intervals, but please dedicate 22 minutes of your day on February 22nd, right here on the PAC channels, to listen to what we've got to say. Listen to one of the stories that are going to be told. You're going to be listening. You're going to be hearing from great people that are working to help our veterans. You're going to be listening to veterans who are out there trying, who've been through this, who have stories of loss, who have stories of success. People like Brian from Project iHeart, who literally had to take the gun out of his mouth. These are stories of success, stories of failure, stories of good, stories of bad. Look, this is a difficult day, but it's not as difficult as losing someone to suicide. 44 individuals contemplate on taking their lives every day who have served this country. As countrymen, it's time, and women, sorry, it is time for us to stand up and do something about it. If you need to get a hold of us, just go to communitypayitforward.us. Once again, that's communitypayitforward.us, or you can call me at 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. My first guest today, this afternoon, I guess this evening, and if you're in Brazil or Japan or something like that, is a brand new partner to the Community Pay It Forward program, which means anytime that you shop with John, he will be donating a portion of that purchase to a wonderful organization who has asked for our help, or one of our neighbors in the community who just needs a little bit of a helping hand up. I would like to welcome, and please help me welcome, Mr. John D. Waller. How are you doing, John?
Unbelievable. Thanks for having me on, Zach. Great
John,
intro.
you have a wonderful program, the Talking V Card. Can you
Thank
please
you.
explain a little bit about it?
Sure. Been doing Talking V Card for 3 years next month, and came about because of COVID-19. Because those of us that are in-person networkers needed to find a way, because of the pandemic 3 years ago, to network online like this on Zoomers. And so what the digital card does is, if I could drop that in here, you could see where my name would be. It would be either that, or you could go to my business card. That one's good, or johndwaller.com. You could just type that in. You get my digital business card on your smartphone, your tablet, or on your computer, like 4 feet high. It gives you the ability to have somebody's business card within seconds around the globe, Zach. You don't have to mail it to them. You just say, type in johndwaller.com, and it's basically like having a website. It shows up on your smartphone or your computer. All your information, your phone number, your email, LinkedIn connect, your LinkedIn link would be on there. Plus I can create, there's mine. I can create a video. There's a video right here on my card. And there you go. There's a video I can create every day, every week. If I've got specials, I put them right there on my video, and everybody that has my card will get that new video instantaneously. These are an awesome product. It's an investment of 27 cents a day, excuse me, to have your own card. It's not long-term. You get one for a year. We will design it for you. We'll put all the different buttons you see on there. So if you're not Mr. or Ms. Computer Whiz, we'll do that for you. It's $30 for us to design the card. And once you have the card done, next year, there's no $30. Your card, you just re-up it for $97 a year, and you're good to go. Excuse me, frog in my throat. So keep going a little bit down. So right there, what you can do is, let me see if this will work with the magical button. So I can't click on it, but there's an audio or a video. You can create a video card, a video message, which will come back to me. If you want to send me a video message, you can do that right on the card. It just records it. It's unbelievable. I'm also looking for agents, somebody that sells paper business cards right now anywhere in the world. If you want to become an agent, I'm looking for folks that want to become an agent and sell digital business cards or Talking V cards. It's the same thing. If you're looking to monetize the people that you sold paper business cards to in the last 50 or 60 years, I want to have a chat with you. If you'll go to talkingvcard.com/John D. Waller, you'll see my link on the bottom of my card. I would love to have a chat with you on Zoom, by text, whatever. And would love to have a chat with you to help you to increase your business with this new technology, because digital cards are here. Hopefully, like COVID is going away, digital cards are not going away. You can have testimonials on there. It's an unbelievable opportunity for a person in business. If you're a realtor, you could show a tour, a video tour on your card. It's just, they're amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, one of the things that I love is that you guys have this button right down here. It's the add to contacts.
Yes.
This is not like a paper business card that you sit there and you go, I'm so guilty of this. I get home and I'm like going, okay, where's that guy's card? And I can never find it.
Right. That's a great point.
You can never find him again until like 3 or 4 days, months later. In my case, when I go to try to vacuum out the car and it's had soda spilled on it so often that you can't even read it.
So you can add it to your contacts. And the other cool thing is, great point, is you can add that bad boy to the desktop of your smartphone on your home screen. You just click, there's a little box with a line through it. You tap that, it takes you into settings. You hit add this to your home screen. Bam. I've got an entire folder of 7 of my different cards in a folder that are on my home screen. So that it's just, it rocks. You can put testimonials on there, and you can put links to audios. One of my businesses is on hold messaging. I've got one card that's got a link to a demo, so you can just link it to that, and bam, you're good to go. Or you can take this right to my website. You click on website, that'll take you out there. Or there's a link to order your own card right there on the front of it. Yeah.
And one other thing about this, one other advantages of it is, I've had these for quite a bit. They're my, paper cards. I've tried. I touch and I pinch these things and I do everything to it. There's not a single one that's going to make, I haven't been able to make a phone call with that card yet.
There you go.
And I haven't been able to text or go to the website through that card yet. So,
or a link to your to Community IMpACT TV show. I was doing a TV show on StreamYard like this last year. I had a link to the referral source. You could do that on a card like this. You could have a link to your last 2 episodes right here on your card.
So how often can you change the content of your card?
As often as you want, as needed. And see with that video, you see that my video right there, I could change that today if I wanted to. I just go into the back office, just do the video and save it, and bam, as they say in England, Bob's your uncle. It's all done.
Yeah, and again, you got, schedule a meeting with you.
Yeah, your calendar link is on that bad boy as well. Yes, you can do that.
Go to the website, the Twitter, LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, email you directly, text you right from there. No stumbling through, the contact list that sometimes can just get a little bit overbearing.
And if you scroll down, you can see there's a place here for information, right? Send me a message, either that or right below that. You can create it by audio or by video. It's called Vmail Blaze, something that you can add to this. So if you wanted to send me a video message, John, thanks for being on the show, you could do that right from my digital business card. Bam. And it would be a video recorded that you created. Yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
And there's a QR code on there as well. So like what I did was I created, I'll show you, I'm right here. And I'm kind of a marketing geek as well as a technology geek. I'm writing a book on technology. This is a T-shirt that I had created here, and so what's cool is on the back of this, you can see a QR code. So when I'm working out or I'm working out at the gym or I'm on a cruise, I'm gonna be wearing my T-shirts with the QR code, and it says make 10 times more money And I'm hoping people will take a picture of my QR code with their smartphone. That's why it's a smartphone.
Yeah.
So I'm taking advantage of it. So my digital business card is on the front of my T-shirt. The QR code's on the back. You just never know, you know?
And it's the funniest times when people will discover the things that they need, standing in line at a shopping, while you're shopping, somebody will see, somebody will pull out their wallet and they'll be like going, oh my God, I forgot to pay my electric bill or whatever it is,
Right.
Oh, geez, I forgot to call that guy. I wish I knew his number right now. This would be a great time to have, for that gentleman to have a business card, digital business card, because then they could just look it up.
Right.
John, you mentioned it just briefly. You're also writing a book.
Yep. On technology, and I'm trying to come up with a title for it, but it's basically technology by a geek for non-geeks is basically what I will call it. Yeah, I hope to have it out by the end of the year. I've got 34 chapters pretty much done. I just have to fill them out. Yeah, I love technology and want to help folks that maybe don't understand it or are a little scared of it, because there's so much out there. There's smartphones, smart TVs, smart watches. Most of us now drive smart cars. Okay, we've got them out in the driveway. There's so much you can do on a car now. You just want to be safe and not be playing with it when the car is moving. And just there's so much you can do with our phones and with cars nowadays. Amazing. And then as we get older, people don't understand what you can do with that. And that's why AARP is so helpful. AARP has a plethora of stuff on their website and their apps. They teach people about smart homes, smart cars, smart watches, smartphones. AARP is a great organization, and you don't have to be my age to be a member. You can start at 50, and they have a bunch of quizzes and videos on their website. You get points for watching and taking the quizzes that you can redeem for things. AARP is great and very helpful to that community of ours. And there's 90 million boomers in this country. They're doing one thing. They're getting older, and they're getting older every day. And I don't know how many there are around the planet, but the boomers are here, and there's a lot of us.
Yeah, I do know that that AARP really kind of freaked me out the first time I got one of their things in the mail. I was like going, whoa, wow. Okay, wait a minute.
Right.
I guess I just wasn't quite ready for it. It's like, it's that acknowledgement on, hey, you're getting older. And it was like, whoa, it's like, not that my body wasn't telling me, hey, you're getting older, all this time anyway. My body's constantly telling me, look, you're not 15, idiot. Stop doing this, And I go to drop, anytime I drop something on the floor, all I want to do is find the guy who put the floor all the way down there, because you know what? It is a pain in the ass to grab it now. I remember, a while back, it wasn't near that far down there. So, but John, you also are the on hold guy. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I've been helping businesses for 26 years in May with turning hold time into sold time or patient education time. What we do is we create a custom marketing message instead of dead air music or illegal radio that talks about the business, and we talk about the owner. We can edify them, talk about the products and services that they do with music in between those paragraphs, and makes it exciting and entertaining. Southwest is really great at it. I know they're in the news now, but Southwest does a really good example of creative, funny, and educational messages. You call a dentist, you should hear a message talking about doctor's experience and the other doctors in the practice, the different things that they do, if they're doing whitening or if they're doing Invisalign, or if they have any specials going on for new patients. That should be on hold for the 4 to 6 minutes or up to 19 minutes that God forbid you might be on hold for. That's what they ought to have on hold on the phone, because that person that's called you, it's a targeted captive audience that's standing there or sitting there with a credit card in their hand. Tell them about your business. Turn hold time into soul time or patient education time. So what we do is we write the script, provide the licensed legal music, provide the voice talent, professional voice talent, and the digital studio. We create the message for them. It's very easy to load into a voice over internet phone, or if they have an older Meridian or Lucent phone, we provide at no cost the box that plugs into their MOH or music on hold jack, so that all they have to do is press the red hold button, message is there. It's easy, it's puppy chow. Yeah.
Where have you found that those products have done the best?
Where?
Yeah, like
Great
what?
question. Okay, my target market is car dealers, hotels, restaurants. Dentists are great. Dermatologists, so they can talk about things like cool sculpting, new products and services that are out there. But dentists are great. And most people don't know how many dentists are out there in the U.S. and TV land. It's 166,000 dentists, and they need, unless they're not getting any calls, they need that service. Yeah.
These are, as you mentioned, this is kind of one of those things that what's the come back at somebody who says, well, why am I going to advertise for them? They're already calling me. Why do I need to advertise myself?
That's great. The reason is because they might not know that you're a painless dentist, you're holistic, you do Invisalign. My dentist right down here down the street, who is my dentist, okay, has dead air on hold. Okay, they have a product that the hygienist offers for $35. It's a laser that cleans in between the cracks, in between your teeth, and it helps to clean out the teeth better. So if I go there 3 times a year instead of 2, it's helping my teeth that much better. I didn't even know about it until I saw it on the wall. And I told the doc, I said, that should be on hold. I said, 2 of those, somebody hears about that, and you do 2 more of those a month, that pays for the on hold every month. That's the reason why, because I want to know about products or services when I get put on hold that I didn't know that the dentist offers. I want to know if maybe they're a Rotarian, maybe they served in the Korean War, they're a Vietnam vet. If I don't hear about that on hold, where am I going to hear about it? I might not know their website address. If they have a website, go to drbarbarawineker.com. Tell me about your website address. Tell me what makes you different. Or if I hear dead air, I'm going to hang up on the call the next dentist in Google down the street. Why lose a practice? So they've already called you. Yeah, you've paid for them to call you. Now educate them about your practice and why they should be walking in the door.
And
great question.
And one of the things that drives me crazy is like when you have that automated, it sounds like the monkey grinder music that's on. I would much rather learn something more about who I'm calling, because you can hardly look. There's not businesses out there that all of their services. There's
I rest
just
my case. There you go.
Yeah,
How about
I mean, it's
hotel?
yeah.
Hotel 43 in Boise, Idaho. By Boise, Idaho, cold called them like 2016. Became a client. But why is it Hotel 43? 43rd state and 43rd parallel. Okay. They've got Chandler's Steakhouse, one of the top 100 steakhouses in the nation, is in their first floor. Another client of ours. That's why you have it on hold.
See, I love that. I really do. Now I kind of wish I had a hold function, but I don't. I have my cell phone right now, but you know what? Soon we will need hold music. I'm hoping.
Yeah, there you go. And the other thing is like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I bet you didn't know that they have what's it called? It's a tomahawk steak. It's 4 pounds of steak with a bone for 2 people. It's $136. It used to be $125. But if you're on hold and you hear about the tomahawk steak, your mouth is watering. I want to order that. They typically have music on hold at most of the Ruth's Chris across the country on hold. Do not talk about the tomahawk steak. See, after I've had that there, I go over to Albertsons, I buy my own for $36 and I cook it in my oven. Smart.
Yeah. Well, you know what? My mouth wasn't watering until you went and said
Tomahawk steak, right?
Yeah, a steak that's big enough for 2 people. Because
awesome.
I'm sitting there going, well,
it's huge.
Big enough for one Zach.
There you go. It's huge. That's what you do on hold. Like Chandler Steakhouse, call up their on hold message. They talk about they have a bartender who has won records for martinis and stuff. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. That kind of stuff on hold. People say, "Hey, put me back on hold. I want to hear the rest of that story." That's happened. It's happened. Yeah.
I have actually had to tell people, like, going, a couple times. It's like, wait a minute, I was getting off on that song.
Right.
Put me back on hold real quick, But
yeah.
John, people can get a hold of you simply by going to either
JohnDWaller.com. Just type that into your address bar, put that into your phone. I can text it to you. Absolutely. You guys all saw my card that was live and almost in person. That was my card. Yeah.
Yep.
JohnDWaller.com. It's got my cell phone on it. You can text me. You can email leonholdguy@gmail.com. You've got a link to LinkedIn on my card. Yeah. You want to get your own card, drop a dime on me and I'll help you out. It's 27 cents a day. I mean, if you're a realtor, so you could have a piece of paper with your QR code at an open house, so that way they can get your card on their smartphone immediately.
And
Like
John has also joined the Community Pay It Forward family, so he will be joining. He will be having a landing page on our website here very soon. We do welcome you to the family. John, real quick, before I let you go, tell us a couple of the things that you find. Give us a couple of the causes that really touch your heart.
Okay. Great question. Thanks. I had a stroke and open heart surgery on the same day, May 8th, 2009. 1998, I did 2 marathons for Leukemia Society of America, raised about $6,000 doing Anchorage and then Honolulu. I'm a competitive stair climber. I've done 8 or 9 stair climbs for American Lung Association. My first one was Willis Towers, it's Sears Tower in Chicago. And that funds the RIC, which is the Rehab Institute of Chicago in Chicago. I was out on the internet, Zach, looking for a stair climb. And I found this thing online, I fell in love with it. They help functioning quadriplegics and people that have problems with their neck. And so actually they have their patients, they have videos showing their patients climbing the Sears Tower. In fact, I went by one, Terry, November 2nd, 2014, when I passed him going up to the top. And I went back to see the results when I got done. It takes me 4 hours to do a half marathon walking. That's how long Terry was in, I call it the flight dojo. He was to 103 floors. He was in there 4 hours with crutches and somebody with a band holding him up. Like when you've had a stroke, they help you walk that way. He was in there 4 hours climbing Sears Tower. I was blown away. I was so glad that I did that event because I haven't seen the videos before, and seeing him in the flight dojo November 2nd, 2014, when I did my first climb.
That's a beautiful story. I mean, it takes me, it takes me about 4 hours to climb up just the flight of stairs here in my house. So I start in the morning and I'm upstairs by bedtime. So
and that's why you do this at midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's a wonderful story.
Thanks.
I'd love to learn more about them. Well, John, again, you can get a hold of John at johndwaller.com. Make sure that you don't get left behind. Look, it's always nice to carry business cards, but wouldn't it be nicer to make sure that they count? And if it's on, who does not have these things in their hands for at least 12 hours a day?
Everybody, yeah. Back when I co-founded the Silicon Valley Palm Users Group in April 2000, none of the soccer moms had Palm Pilots Velcro into their hands. Now they've all got smartwatches and smartphones. Everybody's got them.
You know, John, just as a point of fact, one cell phone, second cell phone,
Right?
iPad, right here.
How many
So
iPads do you have?
what's that?
How many iPads do you have?
I just
Folding,
got the one iPad, but yeah,
folding smartphone. Yeah, technology is all around us.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep. So, but thank you, my friend. Thank you for
bet.
joining us here on PACT. Thank you for joining our family.
My pleasure.
Once again, it's johndwaller.com. You can also check out more information at talkingvcard.com, John D. Waller.
Slash
Uh,
John D. Weller. Yeah, you got it.
thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you,
once
Zach.
again,
And Zach is a great member of the Blitzer organization. Yeah, remember, live long and sponsor.
I love it. Well, thank you, brother. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hey, why don't you know what? While we're on here, why don't you tell us about your Blitzer events?
Yeah, so Blitzer is an organization that we belong to, and it's networking online.
Fantastic organization, folks.
Oh my God, one-to-one meetings. That's what you want your digital business card for, so you can put it on your thing there online. But it's great. That's how we met. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home. No gas, no window time. Talk to people all over the planet. Like I said, Monday at 5:30 Mountain Time. Talking to India and the UK. You just gotta love it. And
Yep.
yeah, and they keep score. Yeah, Blitzer's great. 2 meetings a month for $0. Costs you nothing. Yeah,
Yep.
2 a month for $0. $9.95. You get all the Blitzers you want.
Unlimited
For
blitzes. Yep.
Unlimited Blitzers for $10 a month. You can even start your own. I started mine my second day. My second day was last Wednesday. I joined. I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern time on Blitzer.
So, all right. Well, let's try to get those. Let's try to get some people there. And one of the thing about Blitzer that I love, there's no scripts followed. There's none of that stuff. You get in, you get at least 10 conversations.
It's awesome.
And they're conversations with real people, man.
And they give
This
you
is
the
a
information
great
that you
organization.
can talk to. If you forget, you go look. There's no KGB stuff. It doesn't matter how many you go to. If you don't bring a guest, no fine. If you don't show up, no fine. Who cares?
Yep.
It's great.
Oh, and then you said the other thing that was really, really great about it, free
FREE. Yeah. 2 meetings a month.
networking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know more about Blitzer? Give me a call, or even better yet, why don't you go to the man himself? Come to one of his events, John D. Waller. It's Blitzer, BLITZR.com.
Right.
Go to the events and look up John D. Waller under the events, and you're going to find him. Join one of his events and say, hey, I heard about you on Community Pay It Forward.
Yeah.
Find out more about the business cards.
I stole an idea from Beth Bridges. I do little mini webinars before the event. So I teach you something about networking or whatever. So be there or be square.
Yep, sounds good. All right, John,
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Thanks.
I look forward to a long
Shalom.
long partnership.
See
Again,
you
welcome
Monday.
to the family. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thanks.
John D. Waller, I appreciate him joining the family. I appreciate everything about what he does. He does so much for so many. That's what a great story. I mean, seeing somebody who has maybe they weren't even able to walk before, and now they're climbing stairs at the Sears Tower. I seriously, I got chills right now because it's fantastic, and I think that that's great. Please learn more about him at johndwaller.com. Make sure you come to one of his Blitzer events and check him out. You can always support Community Pay It Forward because we now belong. We have our information on Viv. It's VIV. Pay your bills through VIV, and you can help support Community Pay It Forward and Community Dare to Care. Once again, that's VIV or VIV. You can support us by supporting them. We have had a large amount of people who have been joining with us, and it's fantastic. I am absolutely thrilled that people are starting to notice what we do and are getting excited about what we do, because all we're trying to do is help people. And Doug the Bull is one of the people that, as a matter of fact, guess where I met him? On Blitzer. And he runs a wonderful program that is there are a couple key words that keep popping up here today, and this one again is free. If you run a brick and mortar business and you have TVs that are sitting there, and maybe you're playing the local ABC affiliate, did you know that that might not be the best thing in the world to do? Yeah, you're not. See, when you have a TV at home, what you play, you have all rights to. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to be sharing it in public. If you play a movie, you can get into a lot of trouble if there's a movie on TV, on that TV, because you're supposed to pay for the rights to that. All right. And let's be honest, none of us would not like being paid for our work. You know, some of us don't get paid for our work. Our bosses are jerks. I know my boss hasn't paid me for a while. He's always eating donuts, the fat guy. Oh, wait. He eats Twinkies too. But anyway, we have an alternative to that. And it's in the Community Pay It Forward program. It's great. Check out the Loop program, and we will be introducing you to Doug and his wonderful program here. Wait a minute, how come it did that? That's not funny at all. My share thing is not working. I don't know why. Well, this isn't good. So if I'm not able to share my screen, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, that's why. I was pressing the wrong thing. So here we go. This is Doug Thiebold with the Loop program. Check this out, because you know what? If you own a business, you really, really, really want to do this. It's a wonderful program, and it's absolutely free to you, and you won't get in trouble. I promise you. Everybody's Zach. Okay, so apparently I'm having an issue with the sound. I was told that people cannot hear the sound, and I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can remedy that. That's just terrible, and unfortunately, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about this. But we'll be working on it. Here. Um, but let me go on ahead and keep working on this for a little bit. Give me a few minutes, and then I will get right back to you. How does that sound? So instead of me sitting here mumbling, I'm going to go on ahead and I am going to. Um, all right. So what we're unfortunately probably not going to be able to do today is the play another video. I'm going to have to download them a different way, but we are going to have them today at 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. I do ask you to please watch the couple videos I've got coming up for you today. They're going to be Doug Theobald, Doug, watch Doug. And then I've got another one that's very, very interesting. He is going to be a new member of the Community Pay It Forward family. In a way, he's going to be one of our builders. He is working with us. We're going to be working with him. We are going to turn some businesses into partners, and we're going to do some wonderful things. Community Mission to Rescue 22 is coming up in less than 2 weeks, and we need your help. There's no other way to say it. We need your help. And the only way for us to be able to get your help is by you participating. We need you to either be a wonderful sponsor, like all of our sponsors you see above, a speaker, or share the information. Look, these are our heroes that are dying. This isn't, you know, a death is tragic, no matter who it is, no matter where it is. A death is tragic. The people who fight for our country should not feel left alone. Nobody should feel left alone. Nobody should feel like they don't have anything. So join us at Community Pay It Forward and Community Pay It Forward Family as we take on February 22nd, starting at midnight, 4 a.m. East, 2 a.m. Mountain, and we start a 22-hour podcast that engulfs the entire day. I'm in the mountains, so I'm going to use mountain time here. 2 a.m. Mountain until midnight. All right. And we're going to be talking to people who have been through the best, been through the worst. We're here to help, and we hope that you join us. And I really, really hope that you're going to really find out some great information about some great people. So please make sure that you join us out there. And like I said before, I beg of you, do me a favor, dedicate 22 minutes of the 22 hours. Dedicate a mere 22 minutes on that day to hearing some of these wonderful stories, these stories that mean so much to so many. These are people who they felt lost. They didn't know where to go. And so they ended a life way too early. Folks, you and I can be part of that change. It's really, all in all, it's not going to be, this isn't something that we're not asking you to do something that is extremely difficult. We're just asking you to sit there and listen to how to create this story, how to create the conversation. We're asking you to help us tell a story of someone who's been lost. We're asking you to just be involved. That's all we need of you. And if you can do that with us, we can save lives. So let's come together. Let's do this together. And let's simply save lives. I am going to, I'm in the current process of trying to remedy my problem here and seeing what we can do. Apparently, here in about 40 some odd seconds, I might be able to share this story with you, with Doug. So, but let's check and make sure. But I really want to make sure that you get to see Doug's story and then get on to Jay's story, because they're both so intriguing and they offer so much to your program. So we're going to go on ahead and we're going to give this a shot again. So don't give up on me yet. I know this is outstanding workmanship on my part, but hey, I never said I was a professional. So, upload complete, but processing will soon begin. So, let's see what goes on here. Once again, we are giving this a shot and seeing what's going. So, I will be right back with you. Here is an overview of what Community Pay It Forward is. Hey everybody, Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. I'm being joined by Doug Thibodeau, Doug the Boss, from D&M Pros. Doug, you are one of our newest partners. I welcome you to the family. You are a man of many, many different hats, and we'll get into everything that you do. But you are in business for yourself, and you are in business for a wide array of things. Why are you focused on many things instead of just one?
So basically, I have many hats I wear, of course, but the biggest thing I'm doing right now is the the loop players that are helping other small businesses. So it's kind of my thing that I like to help small businesses.
I think that, and we're going to be talking about those here, and like I said, in just a little bit. And there's one key word in there for small businesses that being a small business owner yourself, me being a small business owner, there's one key word in there that most of these people are, most of the business owners are going to really enjoy, and that word is free. So I think I think it's something that there's going to be a lot of people who see a lot of value in. Doug, what got you into what was it that first interested you in the loop players?
So first off, the cost, right? The cost, and we like that. For everybody likes that free word. So I like that, and the ability to help other small businesses. People just getting started. If they can cut some costs somewhere, that's more money in their pocket. So I like, a small business guy. I like profit just as much as anybody else. So if we can increase it, that's a great thing.
When was there something in your background that attracted you to basically video entertainment is what this is. Is there something in your background that really interested you, that when you saw what this was, you were like going, yep, this is a business for me?
Yeah, so I have a background in IT, and then years ago, my family, we had a chain of video stores, right? So the whole video thing just kind of resonated with me. We have 12 locations in Louisiana, so a bunch of mom and pop stores that we ran. So uh,
Do you miss that? And that's not a question I was ready to ask, but do you miss the video stores?
I tell you what, it was good in its heyday, but now the technology is moving forward, right? With all the pay-per-view stuff, all the streaming services that are out there, I couldn't see one of them surviving these days. It's just too convenient for you to be at home or be sitting somewhere and watch some streaming service, stream something. So
I agree with you. The only problem is that it's you still end up spending, the way I see it, you kind of still end up spending quite a bit of money. If okay, well, I want to watch something that was produced by MGM, by Paramount, so that means I got to sign up for 14 different streaming services.
that's
So
right.
I understand why it is, and I love the, like you said, I love the I guess the ease of it and the convenience of it. I do appreciate all that, but boy, does it get expensive every once in a while.
It does. Even if you had just basic cable, right? I don't know, an individual is probably paying $40. A business is probably paying 50, 60, $70 per screen, right? So if you got a bunch of TVs in your place, it could get pricey real fast.
Yeah. Um, do you ever get anybody, let's stick with this for a little bit. Do you ever notice that, sometimes one of them, and I don't particularly want to throw dirt on them, but Discovery Plus is one that is a real disappointment to me. I am a history fanatic. Um, I follow history kind of like some people follow sports, which is really deadly for me because I also follow sports like I follow sports. Okay, so baseball and hockey are my, they're my zen places. But I love history. I love science. I love stuff like that. And the one thing that just disappoints me with stuff like Discovery Plus is how many versions of 90 Day Fiance can you have for something
Yeah.
that I'm never going to watch? I don't do the house hunter things. I don't do any of that stuff. And Discovery and all of their networks, to me, it seems like I'm doing a disservice to them if I'm not watching those, because those commercials are everywhere. So you know do you think that that's something that is kind of a bad mark against streaming?
Everybody wants the advertising. That's who pays the bills at the end of the day. Is the advertisers. So they got to get theirs in. where they can get it in, and the more often they get it in, of course, the more effective it appears to be. So it gets to a point where it's you'll watch something and see a commercial, but for me, it's if I see the same commercial like play twice back to back, I'm like, I
Oh
saw it the
yeah.
first time. Don't hit me with it twice, right?
You
I
know,
sat through it once already.
my
Give
hockey
me
streaming.
put some content in between them, right? Don't just commercial.
Yeah, my hockey streaming is notorious for that. Yes, and ESPN Plus has done a little bit better than it used to do. I've ordered the hockey package now for about 20 straight years.
Oh,
And I mean, it used to be the same commercial like 4 or 5 different times in a row. And it was like, oh my God. And it was always kind of one of those things because it would always be something that's popular, but I knew nothing about what it was, So, but so you know, I kind of miss the having the old video stores because I always liked owning DVDs and Blu-rays. I still like owning DVDs and Blu-rays. Hell, I've still got a copy of a couple VHS, which are some of my, the funniest movies that I remember. There was a movie called Brain Donors. I don't know if you ever remember seeing that,
no.
but I mean, it was one of the, and it's one of those movies that was just so ridiculous, but it was so funny. It had, um, oh, yeah, I can't even remember who all it had in it, but I mean, it was just the movies like PCU and all those movies. I loved having all those ridiculous movies, but now, yeah, you can buy them, but there's just something about it's kind of like music. I still like owning that CD or can't play it anywhere anymore,
That's
but
right.
I like owning it. The artwork and everything. So.
Oh, the
Um,
what is it? The records, right? That's coming back in pretty powerful. And I was like, oh, I don't even think
yeah,
I have a player that would, even if I had them, I couldn't play them. Right? I have to go buy a player.
it's actually kind of funny. My father, he for Christmas, that's one of the things that I ended up buying him was needles for his record player.
Oh, wow.
My dad has a collection of records that about as old as I am, and I'm in my 50s now, so but and he's also got reel to reel and stuff like that. Me, I still have cassettes. I remember uh, one of the times that I moved, I asked my youngest son, who was probably about 9 at the time, to carry my case of my cassettes out to the truck. And he looked at me and he goes, "Dad, what are these?" And I was like going, "Well, son, they're the precursor to the CD." What's a CD? And I'm like, oh my God, that's it. I'm done. I'm not talking to you no more. So but yeah, it was really kind of funny. So um let's talk a little bit about loop. Why don't you tell us what loop is and why it would be beneficial to a small business?
Oh, okay, sure. Though the Loop TV is a small device about the size of a cell phone. You know, about maybe double the size of a cell phone, and then basically it streams videos, music, it'll sports, it'll stream Bloomberg TV, TikTok videos, that kind of stuff. They have a collection of about 450,000 pieces of content that can be streamed. And you can let it go on automatic pilot. You can specify, hey, I want to hear this song by Journey, and then I want to hear this song by New Kids on the Block. You can go in there and piece together a tale of the tape per se for maybe for a specific hour. Let's say you have it's a restaurant and they have a wedding rehearsal coming, and you could piece in songs that they want, right? You could do that as well with it. But basically, it plays content on the screen for your customers to watch. Not something like a TV. Well, it is like a TV, but not like you're not watching an hour-long program, right? They're 2 to maybe a 1 to 3 minute videos. Some of them are only 30 seconds a piece, right? So play a little video, maybe something that's like what's the funny one? Fail Army. I don't know if you're familiar with Fail Army or those kind of little videos where they'll play that drunk people do stupid things, that kind of stuff, where they'll play little videos, and then you could slip in your advertisements in between that. So makes it real nice for a small business to have put their own advertising in at no cost.
And it does, and this is all free to the merchant, correct?
Correct. The merchant pays nothing for it. The advertisers pay for the device and the service. The merchant just has what the merchant gains out of it is they can put advertising in between the content. I guess if the merchant wanted to, they could say, you know what, I just want to play my commercial over and over and over, and the loop device would do that as well, right? Where they could just say, hey, I just want a blank screen with my bar drink prices on it, whatever they're selling, right? So they could do that as well. So
well, I can see Walmart calling you right now, because that's kind of the way that it seems to me they would be the ones who would take you up on that. But these I love the way that you can customize this, because like I said, there's times that, you know what, and one of the biggest problems that I know that like restaurants have is if they want to play TV, they're either doing it illegally, because you're not supposed to broadcast even channels on your
oh,
TV. You're supposed to have a license for that. When you pay for your jukebox, you get that license to play that music. But like if you're playing Sirius XM or something, and they come in and they find you, they can get you for rights violation, because you're not paying the artists. So it's kind of one of those things, and it's one of those things you really got to watch out for, because it where like this is an example, but like if Harley Davidson sees that you're using any remotely anything that looks like their logo, they are going to come after you. And this comes from a guy who loves that stupid brand of motorcycles. But if my logo looks anything remotely like their logo, they're going to come after you,
they're
and they
coming
don't care if
calling.
you got money or not. And fairness, you know, I mean, these musicians and everything, they work hard and they should get paid for their art. But you can't hang a Picasso in your restaurant for free.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
but this is one of those things that I know a lot of time. You guys also have like trivia.
Yes, there's also a trivia channel. There's again all the sports, baseball, football, basketball, all of them are on. There's a channel for each one, right? Nothing is live on it, right? It's all pre-recorded stuff. So some maybe post some older games that'll be played. The Bloomberg TV, I think I mentioned earlier. And then they're always adding channels, they're always adding content. And you're right that the thing with the content is it's already licensed by them, right? They've paid all the people they need to pay so they can have that content and play it. So Latin music, jazz, all the different music genres that are out there. Some of us older guys, like the 80s stuff. So that's kind of where I live in that area. But so there are tons of different. There's children's stuff. So you could say, hey, I have a daycare, right? And so there's like a Wiggles channel. I think that's what it is. If I can remember the. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they are, but I know it's some kind of kids. It's a kids thing for potentially maybe for like a daycare or everybody's. It depends on the business, right? The business owners know their business better than I know it. So I usually show them the list and they go, oh, yeah, I can see that and that and that and that. But this other stuff, no, I don't really need that. So they
And
can
one of
kind
the
of.
great, one of the cool things about that, like I said, I just kind of shivered when I heard that. My granddaughter, she loves the baby shark thing.
Oh, yeah.
While yes, that is very annoying, and just ugh, outrageously ugh. You got to remember that's keeping kids from running around your establishment, creating havoc. So it's always a good thing to have. And having bored people in your establishment, it's not exactly the best thing for business, is it?
Yeah. Well, if people are there, they're buying a cup of coffee. They're they'll spend money in your place. You don't want them hanging there not buying anything, right? That doesn't do you any good.
Right.
But if they're in there waiting for, I don't know, maybe they're getting their tires fixed, right? They're sitting there waiting. It'll give them something to occupy the time versus them coming and saying, "Hey, is my stuff ready?" No, man, you're fifth in line. We haven't got to you yet. We'll call you when it's your turn, though.
And you know, and where that does come from is exactly what you were just talking about. You know, there was a couple months ago that my wife and I, we went to go get a couple tires changed, and we're sitting there, and there was nothing going on in the shop. You can only listen to an air gun go off so many times before you're just like going, let's go find something to do. So I mean, we walked somewhere else. You know, places like, you know, I know that Walmart used to have it to where they had like a little TV in their shopping center, you know, in their automotive department, but then they realized, wait a minute, if we have this here, people aren't walking around shopping. So, you know, but if you're in a restaurant, you want to try to keep people's attention as much as possible. If you know, every time every time that somebody takes and they come in to pick up an order of something, it's always good to take and keep them entertained, have those smells, you know, and because, you know, it's a sense, and these scents always attract people to come back, you know. So I think it's like I said, I love this program. I know I've seen a couple of them, and like the previous generations of these before, you know, there was one that used to always have Dude Perfect on it, which you know, they do all kinds of trick shots and stuff like that. There's always some with like there was one that I really found interesting, and it was speed skating, that's done a little bit different. It was like an off-road course speed skating where you're on ice skates, but you're going down something that's like for, you know, you're going down a course, and it's extremely interesting to watch because, like I said, I'm a hockey guy, so I love watching people who can skate really well, and it's kind of like watching you know, the old demolition derby go on
Oh, yeah.
ice skates. So it's really pretty cool. What are some of the favorite things that you like to watch on them?
For me, I like the music stuff, right? I'm kind of a little music buff. I like the old stuff, of course. So I've been around for a while, so I love the trivia stuff. That to me is really cool. I love movie trivia because of the video store background, right? So they say, "Oh, it's movie trivia." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm in."
Yeah.
I can pull out the actors' names and the, you know, and the movies they were in. So I like that the trivia stuff as well. So
Um, as we mentioned, you are a man of many hats. You also work with ERC.
I also do some ERC work as well. That employee retention credit that businesses are eligible for. A lot of businesses tell me that they don't think they're eligible, but then find out later that they are. They can get some money back. There's a government the government has a chunk of money that they've allotted for the ERC stuff. If you qualify, you should be able to get it. Right? It's a grant, so it's not like it's not a loan or anything. It's just grant money sitting there. We just don't think the government should sit there and hold it because, you know, they'll find something else to do with the money.
I'll definitely find something to do with it.
They'll
That's for
find
sure.
some place to send it,
And
no doubt.
yeah, and it's not like it's going to go to, you know, feeding the poor. It's going to go to other places. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and this is all based on the pandemic and the work that they were able to do or able to
If
not
they
do.
Yeah, if they were affected by it, whether they were affected, you know, good or bad, they were affected by it. Then we have a team of guys that know all the background, all the rules, change on that thing. It seemed like they changed a dozen times, which is why a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not eligible," and then they talk to my guys and go, "Oh, they changed that. Yeah, they changed that." So
And
it's worth a 15-minute phone call to find out.
yeah, and one of the and like you just said, they do change the rules all the time. And I think and one of the reasons why they had to change the rules is because they had people who didn't take advantage of it. So they
Right.
were thinking that, when they first put this out, they were thinking, okay, this is going to go like everything else does. You know what? We're going to release this, and then 20 minutes later, all the
It'd be-
money's going to be gone. We're entering into our third year now, and there's still money available. But time is starting to run a little thin on this. They're starting, I've heard estimates that they're going to start winding down on this, and that's the reason why right now it is the best time to call. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's only I think less than 200 days. It's not very far down the road, right? So we're talking a year and a half, and the more and more people are finding out about it, more people are taking advantage of it, and it will when they reach their cap, then that'll be it, right? Whether that's 6 months down the road or a year down the road, once that money's gone, then they'll say, okay, the program's over. So
I think my dog just went to go find out if she was eligible for something. She took off
yeah,
running.
the only thing with the eligibility is, you have to have only five W-2 employees. So if they're 1099, you don't qualify. But if they're W-2 employees, if you got 5 or more, you should definitely spend 15 minutes with my guys talking and finding out, what's what you possibly might be able to pull out of the program.
Yeah, and it's very little work for you, the business person.
Correct. There's a
So go ahead.
no sense that there's a whole bunch of work behind it, right? But setting that meeting up is the first step. So
Okay. And we'll get into talking about how they can get a hold of you here pretty soon. Do you have other things that you're working on?
I also do a little bit of some travel stuff. So I have some travel programs, like I say an OTA, but an online travel agency. We do some stuff like that as well. That's there's a program there where you can pay for a front end, a platform where you can buy trips at a discount. So that's got that going as well.
Wow. Boy, you truly do have a lot going on. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to watch this video. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. This is about the Loop TV, correct?
It is exactly that.
Okay. And so when we get
It
back,
will explain it. It will explain it way better than we have.
yeah, well, that's pretty easy to say something's going to get explained better for me. So, but and when we get back, we're going to take a look at Doug's website, which is dougtheman.com, correct?
Doug the Boss.
Doug the Boss, dougtheboss.com.
Yeah.
And he's going to explain the website, and we're going to kind of show you around and show you how to order your free Loop TV setup. So once again, this video is about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We'll see you in a minute.
We at Loop are excited to see venues like restaurants, bars, stores, and services opening up and getting back to full capacity. We realize that recovering from the economic impact of the past year will take some time. And as you get back on your feet, Loop is here to help. Introducing Loop for Business, high-quality TV, music videos, news, sports, entertainment, and digital signage, all delivered through our proprietary Loop player, and all at no cost to you. Loop for Business helps you create an inviting, engaging, and enjoyable environment with content specifically tailored to your business, your customers, and your brand. Loop for Business features the world's largest music video library and is the only entertainment brand licensed to stream music videos directly to out-of-home venues. Select from over 50 professionally hand-curated, brand-focused playlists that help establish and enhance your business's unique environment. Or make your own custom playlist from our library of 150,000 music videos. All music and content can be day-parted and scheduled to change as your customers and customer experience changes throughout the day or from weekday to weekend. Loop for Business also has dozens of non-music channels produced and curated specifically for the out-of-home viewing experience. From visually stunning drone footage to news, movie trailers, pets, nature, sports, and the ultimate collection of viral videos, Loop is a powerful tool that allows you to create an experience that attracts and retains customers. Loop allows you a simple and effective way to promote your business with digital signage. Loop for Business also offers you a solution for internal and employee messaging with our digital back-of-house bulletin board. Controlling your player is as simple as logging into our client portal and using our scheduling tool to upload, schedule, and manage playback. All Loop players can be scheduled as a single network or as regional networks or as individual locations, and all controlled via our client portal. And with Loop's remote control app, you can control all your Loop for Business TVs using your mobile phone. Whether you're at a Steve Madden in California, a Marriott in Florida, or a Margaritaville, Loop is there. Loop for Business, the simple solution for in-house music, video, news, sports, and digital signage that enables you to create an image, environment, and customer experience that supports your brand and strengthens your relationship with your customers, and all at no cost to you.
Boy, there were some really large companies on there, weren't there?
There sure
Um,
are.
Yeah,
They-
you know, they were talking about the Marriott. I saw it. Uh, oh, what's it called? The Rock.
Oh, the Margaritaville.
Yeah, the
It's-
Margaritaville, but yeah, the Rock and Roll Cafe or whatever that is. Um,
Hard Rock.
yeah, Hard Rock Cafe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Never been to one of those, believe it or not. So, but we're here at your website once again. This is DougTheBoss.com. And all they have to do is come right here, and this is where they start
just-
the.
Yeah, that's where the process starts. If you click on it, basically name, address, phone number. Doesn't ask for any credit card information or anything like that. So, and it does have to be a brick and mortar business. Can't be a home-based business. That's the only other, I guess, the other caveat. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, "Well, hey, I'd like this for my home-based business." I'm like, it's not really designed for that. But yeah, you can see there the basic information, right? And you hit create the account and tell them how many players you need. And sometimes they'll come back and say, hey, can you send us a picture of the inside? Can you send us a business license? A lot of times if they can go on the web and find that information, they will. But if they can't, they'll come back and ask for some kind of supporting document, right?
Right. And again, it doesn't matter if you need one player or six players. It's all free to you, correct?
Correct. That's exactly right. That's what a lot of people say. Well, okay, the first one was free, but how much did the rest cost? I'm like, no, they're all. Just tell them how many you want. They'll send them to you.
That is just really cool. Like I said, there were some, just looking in there. I love the photography on some of these things that I've seen. The one, and of course we were talking about it earlier. The one that it had like the nature photography. I am scared to death of volcanoes. That is one of my irrational fears. I am just scared to death of volcanoes. But the videography that they do with like the on some of these are just stunning, and they are really neat to sit there and watch. And is there a place that they can go and just get an example of what these will show?
Yeah, they can look on the website. There's also they could Google or YouTube Loop TV, and you can see their program selection. So
They can just go to Loop TV and it'll kind of walk them through it a little bit further.
yeah, they can.
Okay. And again, this is perfect for anybody. It's probably better for somebody that's got people sitting down. It's probably not great for like a grocery store.
Yeah, I would say, well, the foot traffic is where you'd want it. Yeah, most of the time, where if they're there, you kind of have like a tire store, right? When you get your tires changed, you got a captive audience, right? People are sitting there. Dentist offices, the same thing. Doctors' offices, nail
hair
salons.
salons.
Yeah, all the hair, nail, all those places have people that are sitting, waiting their turn. So if they're sitting in a waiting room somewhere, this is definitely an ideal thing. If they're in a restaurant, the same thing. If you have a waiting room of any kind, to me it makes sense, and the price is right.
Yeah, it seems to me like the price is just about perfect. So, and what about advertisers? What if somebody wants to use the Loop TV as an advertising? Are they able to get a hold of you, or is there
They would
somewhere
go,
else that they go?
yeah, they would go to Loop TV and go through their, through their portal to do some advertising. I don't know what that stuff costs, but you have the ability to reach lots of places. So
Okay, but then again, remember, if you have a Loop TV, it gives you a back office area that you can put your own information on in your own store. So once again,
or
this is
a
perfect.
chain of stores. You saw that where they had a whole group of them. They said, hey, you can do them in groups or regions, so you could run drink specials or food specials or nail specials, whatever whatever specials you want to run in those locations. So
Yep.
makes it
Tell
nice
people
and
about,
cost effective. All right.
yep. You tell people about your happy hour specials, about weekly specials, whatever you want to do. Once again, Loop TV, as Doug said, cannot be priced any more affordable for you. So,
Yeah,
and you know what? There's always that security factor. I really want to make that clear that if yeah, you can probably get away with some of it, but just remember that getting away with something, there's always a chance to get caught as well. So,
that's right. That's
but
right.
this is all licensed and everything. So, Doug, how do they get a hold of you, my friend?
The easiest way is my website, right? DougTheBoss.com. They can also email me at DougTheBoss at gmail.com.
All
Uh,
right.
so those are
That
those are probably the two best ways to reach out to me.
sounds great. Doug, I appreciate this. And once again, I want to welcome you to the family. Every time that you go through Doug and you get you order one of these, and get this, you order one of these, which is free to you, you're still going to be able to donate to the cause of your choice.
Yeah,
So imagine that. Not only does it not cost you anything, you still get to donate to a cause.
that's
I
right.
this to me is like a definite win, really win, really win, because you're going to be helping your business along with being able to donate to causes that you love. So make sure that you reach out, dougtheboss.com. You just go to that front page and order your players. You can get a hold of Doug at dougtheboss at Gmail
At Gmail, yes.
at gmail.com. And we're going to be able to find his landing page on communitypayitforward.us here in the next couple days. So, but Doug, thank you very
Awesome.
much. I appreciate it. Again, welcome to the family. Got anything else that you wanted to tell anybody before we go?
No, no, no. That was we covered everything. I just want to say thanks again for having me and give me a shot there.
Hey, you know what? We can only help people if we can offer them something. And there's Zephyr happening to get her snout into the picture. I ought to just make you a damn co-host to all these shows, right?
That's right.
I
He
mean,
just wants a little attention like
well,
everybody else,
yeah,
right?
that's it. So, but anyway, so dougtheboss.com. Check it out. Thank you, Doug, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks very much. Bye
Bye.
bye.
So it's an unfortunate thing, but it is a thing. We're not going to be able to play the interview with Jay Holman today. Damn it. I was really looking forward to that, but it's just a little bit too long. And here in about 30 minutes, 28 minutes. I have my button monkey duties with the Rev. So it is what it is. I do want to thank Doug the Boss. And I also want to thank John for joining us. Both of them did a fantastic job. I want to welcome them both to the family. Onondalia Creative Services is another one of our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sponsors. And they have a great special for all of you. And this special is she will give anyone who uses the code community 50% off branding or social media packages, and the proceeds will go back to Community Mission to Rescue 22 until March 22nd. So that's even 1 month after the event is over. So from this point on, if you go to Autumn Dahlia Services, Autumn Dahlia Creative Services, and you can find that on our website, communitypayupforward.us. Just type in Autumn Dahlia and it'll pop right up. You can go to ADA compliance. You can go to web builders, but Autumn Dahlia Creative Services, go there. Just take a look around. And if you go to her page, her landing page, click on the website to Autumn Dahlia. It'll connect you to her. You get it set up. Any branding, here it is again. I'm trying to do this right. It's been not the best produced show I've ever done. I would say not worse, but I don't believe that. Could be the worst produced show I've ever done, including the first one, which was really bad. She will give anyone who uses the code community 50% off any branding or social media packages. And the proceeds will go back to Community Mission to Rescue 22. Once again, I want to thank Sarah. I want to thank Autumn Dahlia for everything that they have done to help us out. Please make sure that you join us on the 22nd to support wonderful programs like Veterans Honoring Veterans, Healing Warriors, Veterans Ranch, The Giving Tree, G.I. Josie, Project Die Hard, Hope Advanced, and VWAS. And also included in that is Community Dare to Care. All we're trying to do is help people. All we're trying to do is help our heroes stay alive. 44 a day. It's just too many. One is too many. Every suicide hurts. Let's come up with more creative. Let's come up with better solutions to suicide, and let's stop this. Let's stop it now. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. My name is Zach. Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. I will be back next week when we will be thank you, a couple days closer to Community Mission to Rescue 22. Next week I will have Jay Hallman video to play, and I encourage you to come on and listen to this. You know what? I'm probably going to put together just put the video out, because he's offering a gift for all you lovers out there to not just learn how to dance with your significant other, but communicate. And the concept is really neat. Okay, I'm not a dancer. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look fun to me. Actually, a lot of the dance moves you kids do today, they just look painful. I had to stay away from cussing there, because they just look painful. So, but please, 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 check out these videos. Jay's video is actually, you know what, I'm going to premiere it at 4 o'clock right after the Rev, right here on the PAC channels. Check it out, because, well, it's well worth it. That's why. And darn it, I said so. Oh, that's scary, huh? Please remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. We can all, nobody needs to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach. Community Pay It Forward, Community Dirty Care. Thank you all. We'll see you next week. Please remember, Valentine's Day is coming up, so it's a perfect day to love the one you love, but let's also love everybody else at the same time. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.